Alrighty, are we okay, girl? We are live. We are live. Hello, everybody. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so nervous. All right, so this is the first new episode of my podcast. Girl, I feel like everybody is making a podcast nowadays. No shade. I'm like, I was out here trying to make a podcast, and then now everybody's making one. So I'm like, I feel like it's so like in what's the word, inauthentic or something like that. Like, it just feels so non-authentic to have a podcast because everybody's doing it. It's like everybody's like, I'm bored. Let's make a podcast. And then you click on their podcast, and it's just like a bunch of girls sitting around a table drinking wine. They're just like, oh, girl, like the last time I had sex, honey, like he kissed, like, girl, the way that he kissed my pussy was just so on another level, girl. It's just like everybody's making a podcast, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, can't, like, but I mean, I'm not against it. Like, I love that everybody's doing it. I love when people do things to make them happy. So, child, if you want to make yourself a podcast, make a podcast. But, anyways, welcome. I don't know where that came from. All right. But yeah, to the few viewers that have been listening to my podcast, um, thank you for sticking around. I'm sorry for being gone for so long. A lot's happened. I was moving. I moved from Miami back home to Jacksonville with my mom, and so a lot of things happened. And then I've been working so hard on my artwork, and I haven't been able to like get things situated for my podcast. So now we have all this, done and set aside, and I have this set up. I have like a cute little setup. I got like some foam, and I did a little something. Like, it's professional. It's professional teas. So we're gonna just go ahead and get into this topic, y'all, because it's too much for me. It's too much. So lately, people have been going, because it's Halloween season. Ooh, sorry, y'all. Lately it's Halloween season, so you guys know all the haunted houses are starting to rise up from the ground. Everybody's putting on their witch hats and getting their candy ready and all that type of stuff. So it's Halloween season. So with that comes the infamous McCamey Manor, if I said it right. I think it's McCamey or McCamey, the McCamey Manor, and it's they call it a haunted house, but it's not really a haunted house. It's really like a torture chamber. No tea, no shade. Like, it really is like a torture chamber, because you go up in that place, and they shove stuff in your mouth. They put your face in water, and like, the girls are saying people are raping people, but we're gonna get into all of that. But yeah, like, people are just going off about that right now, because that's like the big thing. Everybody's ranting about it, saying like, oh, it should be shut down. They do this every year. Like, they do it like every 2 years. Like, every 2 years, people go off saying it needs to be shut down, but nothing ever happens. But so the whole reason I wanted to talk about this is because me and my friends, we had a discussion about it in our group chat, and it just I was talking about it amongst myself. Like, talking to myself, or I'm so y'all everybody talks to themselves. So I was talking to myself, and and I was talking to myself, and I was just like, what, like, I was like, these people kind of set themselves up for it. Like, okay, so like, if you have to sign up for anything, like, in our group chat, we were like talking about how they have to sign like a 40-page waiver and stuff like that just to get into this house. So I'm like, if you have to sign a 40-page waiver for anything, and it's like just for you to go inside, that should kind of tell you something from the jump. So it's like, I wouldn't sign it. I would like, I'm not going in here if I have to sign like a 40-page waiver about like so much stuff that you don't want to read. Like, you're not gonna read all of that. Like, you're really not gonna read all of that. But you have to sign that. And then the prize of it is, it's like y'all, just like, people are losing their. I'm like, y'all need to be smart nowadays. Like, learn how to use your brain. Use your brain, please, and listen. Like, read between the lines to know what the situation is. You have to sign a waiver, and then the prize is $20,000. And then and then he said the way to get in is by bringing dog food for dogs. So that all those three things should tell you, like, girl, this is gonna be a hot ass mess. Like, my admission fee is dog food. I get a $20,000 prize, and I have to sign a 40-page waiver. And you sign a list of things you don't want them to do. But the girls have said that apparently when you sign that list of what you don't want them to do to you, they do those things. Like if you sign a list saying you don't want them to bother your hair because you just got your hair done, you just got a new perm, and you don't want them all up putting their hands up in your head, they gonna like one girl said, she was like, they gonna rip. She said they shaved her hair off. Like I'm like, oh my god. It's insane, and I'm like, y'all are some dummies to even go up in there. Like I don't care. Like if someone's listening to this and they went there, you can get mad at me if you want to. You're a dummy, But I won't say you're a dummy I'll say you're a dummy if you went in there and you thought they were going to be nice to you, or you went in there and you thought it was going to be a okay experience. It's not gonna be okay. Like you're going in here for a $20,000 prize experience, and then you're gonna sit here and complain when something happens. Ooh, hang on, girl. All right, sorry y'all. Had some little difficulties, but yeah, I'm like you going in here and like that's the admission fee, and you're gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm so shocked that they did all this and it's just too much and da da da. And I'm like, you signed up for this though, and like this guy said in the show I was watching, he was like, when you play shitty games, you get shitty prizes, and that's something I always say. Like I always say to myself, like with any situation, I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I don't play a shitty game, because that's a shitty game. You're gonna get a really, really crappy prize because you're setting yourself up for that. And so I was reading some articles, and I didn't know that this happened. They said that they were apparently raping people in there, and I'm like, oh my god, I cannot believe that. I don't know if it's true, but apparently this is a thing that happens in these type of places. Like they say that another house had this incident, and not McCamey Manor, but another house had this incident where a girl like went in, and the guy, he was like pretending to rape her, and he got on top of her and was raping her, and she was like, oh, my boyfriend's here, and he was like, oh, he's like, yeah, he's like it was, I shouldn't have laughed. I was like, oh, he tried it. Like he was on top of her and he was pretending to rape her, and then she was like, oh, my boyfriend's here with me, and then he was like, oh yeah, he's like that's not your boyfriend no more, because I'm gonna rape him next. I was like, oh, I'm like, girl, you tried her. Like and she was like completely like shattered and like mortified. Like she was just like so embarrassed and like scared and wanted to leave. And I was like, that is insane that people do these. And I think like, I don't know, I could never bring myself to do that. Like I know it's just, and she said she knew he was just acting and just wanted to like get a reaction out of her. But even still, like to pretend that you're raping somebody, that's crossing a huge line. And with McCamey Manor, they're crossing so many lines. But then again, I have to say it, you signed a waiver to go into this place. You signed a waiver knowing that they're going to shove your face in some doo-doo. You know they're going to shove your face into a bunch of cockroaches. You know they're going to throw you into a pit full of water and try drowning you. Like, you know they're going to do these things to you. So it's like, you go in there, you expect it to be like just regular. And then, now here's the thing. I hate that they call themselves a haunted house or a haunted experience. This is not a haunted house. Like, a haunted house is you're walking through a house and there's clowns chasing you. There's ghouls and goblins and skeletons dropping from the ceiling. Like, that's a haunted house. Not you go inside and they put duct tape around your eyes and then like shove food in your mouth. Like, that's not a haunted house. That is torture. Apparently they said they were waterboarding people too. I'm just like, oh my god, that's just, wow. This is really insane. Like, it's too much. Like, it's simply too much. I'm like, you guys are really trying it. But it's like, I'm so ambiguous on it because I don't know what to say. I'm like, I'm upset at the guy who created the house, but then again, it's like, people are signing up for this. It's like, y'all are complaining, but you signed up and you went inside. So it's like, I can't feel too bad for you because you put yourself in that situation. Just like that man in the movie, I always tell my friends this, I hate that freaking plot of the movie The Sinister. And then in the movie The Sinister, when he pulled up to the house and he saw the ghost in the window of the house, like staring at him, like the demon was looking at him dead in the face, and he just decides to continue moving into the house. Like that's what they did. I'm like, you basically, like, you came up to this place, you saw the demon looking at you, and you said, oh girl, he's not gonna hurt me, girl, and you just walked on in, and you got what was coming to you because you put yourself in that situation. Like, I just can't believe it. But I was watching a video of these guys, and it was very, but before this whole thing, me and my friend watched a documentary about this, actually, like I think a year ago or so. Me and my friend watched a documentary about McCamey Manor, and the documentary was talking about the guy who created it, why he created the house, and like how he had to like deal with the authorities and all that type of stuff. And I think he runs his house like in his neighborhood, like a suburban neighborhood. And I'm like, that should tell y'all something. If you really think you're gonna get $20,000 from this queen, and he lives like in a suburban neighborhood, like I would think he'll give me $20,000 if he lives like in a mansion on like a hill. Well, no, the bitch, that's scary. That's even more scary because no one gonna hear you scream. But still, like a mansion on a hill, I'll be like, okay, he got coin. But he lives like in the suburbs. Like everybody in the suburbs is like 2 paychecks away from being broke. So you know what I'm saying, like, or 1 paycheck, child. But you know, it's like, really, you really think he's gonna give you $20,000? Of course they're gonna scare the hell out of you when you go in that house. Of course they're gonna shove your face in some piss because they don't want to give you that money. Like, they live in a suburban neighborhood. You really think they got $20,000 sitting in the bank account ready for the girl who does win? And I think they said no one has won yet. So I'm like, you really think you're gonna win this? Do you really think? No, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna get through it. But back to what I was saying, I was watching the article. I was reading the article, and the lady, she sent like links and videos of the man who I watched his video, and he released a video saying how, oh, you guys, we have to tone down the house because our last experience was a bit too much for people. And he's like, these 2 guys were like very big guys who were very strong, so we knew that they would probably get through the house, but they just felt like they couldn't do it like within 20 minutes. And so I clicked on the video to watch it, and it was horrible. I just felt so bad for them to go through this. Like, they were throwing up. The guy, he was crying, and he was like, he's like, please let me out. He's like, this is too much. And then the guy, he's like, no. Oh, and then the creator, he said he doesn't let people out unless they have. And I'm like, how can you tell if they have a mental problem? Like, he was like, oh, I don't let people out of the house unless I see psychological symptoms, like psychological, like anything that's like psychological or anything that's medical, like physical, which people have said in the past that they've broken bones in there. They've broken like their arm or a finger or things like that. They've broken bones being in there. And that's when he'll let people out, like if they want to leave because they broke a bone. Or something mentally happens to them. But I'm like, how can you tell something mentally happens to them? Like, you have to be like a therapist or a psychologist to be able to look at them and tell that, oh, something's not right with them. Like, they snap. Like, that's just too much though. Like, you shouldn't drive people to the point that they snap mentally. Like, that should not be a thing. But the guy, he snapped mentally, and he was in the house. In the video I watched, he snapped, and he was like laying on the floor, and he was like, oh, he's like, I can't do this. And he's like, I think I just died. He's like, I think I just died. And like, I believed him because like his eyes, like he said he died. He's like, I died and came back to life. Like they must have, but the creator, he was like, he didn't want to show too much footage, so he only showed that part. So whatever happened before that must have been very, very traumatizing for him to feel like he died and came back to life. I'm just like, this is too much. I don't know what to say for y'all. Like, really, I truly don't. Like, for you to put yourself in this situation, and it's like, I'm not trying to like, and let me take that back. I won't call them dummies. But no, I do call the ones dummies for going in there thinking it's going to be cool and then it's not, like, or thinking it's going to be, like, going in there thinking they're not going to, like, push them too far. And then, like, I'm like, girl, like, if I went in there knowing what it is, I'll just be like, okay, I'm going to take it for what it is. If they push me too far, I brought it on myself because I signed up for this. You know, I'll be like, hey, if it goes to hell, I brought it on myself. Like, because I'm the one who went up in here. I'm the one who brought the dog food. I'm the one who brought the dog food from PetSmart and carried this grocery bag to this place. And knowing that they're going to duct tape me and throw me in a dang barrel with some snakes. Like, y'all should have been known. And y'all out here cutting up and acting out saying, oh, they need to be shut down. I think that they should tone it down, but I don't think they have to be shut down because people want that. Like, and that's the thing. People want to be scared like that. People want to have that experience. Like, there are a lot of people who are like adrenaline junkies, people who just people don't care for their lives. Like, there are people who don't care about their life. So there are many people who just want to do this. There are people who want to just throw their lives away and go into an experience like this and do that. So I feel like, yeah, leave it open for those people, but you should probably tone it down a little bit just so that they're not breaking it. I feel like you shouldn't break nobody's bones. Here's my limits. I feel like my limit is you shouldn't break nobody's bone. Apparently people said that they raped somebody. We should not have sexual assault in there. Like, no, I mean, they can probably grope on you and stuff, but not actually like rape you. Like, not like take your clothes off and do stuff to you. Like, not that. no waterboarding, because that's like almost, that's technically just torture. Like, it should not be torture. It should just be a terrifying experience. That's what if I was doing this, if I was a creator, my house would be a terrifying experience, but not torture. I would not be torturing you. There would not be no duct taping you, putting stuff in your mouth, shoving you into a tight space. Maybe, well, okay, maybe I would probably shove you in a tight space, but it won't be with like live animals, or maybe it could be with live animals, but just not nothing that's like very inhumane, basically. Like, nothing that's like you're gonna go home like traumatized. Like, it's a horror experience, so you're supposed to like feel like you're in a horror movie. So that's what I would do. I'll make it feel like you're in a big horror movie. Like, I'm gonna put you in a room where there's like a bunch of like ghouls walking around, and you have to like get through a maze of zombies, like, you know, stuff like that. Or I put you in a room where like you have to like crawl over a bunch of fake dead bodies and like try to find a key to get out, and while there's someone chasing you out of the room, like something like that, where it's like, it's scary, but it's not, you're not being tortured, you know what I mean? But like, it's something where you feel like scared. I feel like that's 10 times better, and that's more, I feel like that's also creative. I feel like it's fun. People can like tell their friends, oh my God, girl, you gotta go do that. Like, it was terrifying, but like, oh my God, it was such a rush. Like, that's something you'll go home and be happy about and talk about. Like, I survived, I managed to get through the maze. But no one wants to go home and be like, oh girl, like, no one wants to go home and be like, oh girl, I went to that house and they duct taped me and shaved off my hair, and like they put my pants down, like, and like threw paint on me, like, you know, like stuff like that. That's silly. That's so stupid. And I'm like, the fact that he even like, the fact that this is like, it's a thing, is crazy to me. But then again, people are signing up for it. So you signed up for it, baby. So it's like, you put yourself in that, you put yourself there, child. You put yourself in that predicament to do that to you. So I don't know what to say, y'all. I don't know what to say. That's just so wild to me. Like, I just simply can't. I just had to come here and share my thoughts on it, because I'm like, to the people who just keep complaining about it and stuff and going off about it, I'm like, you went in there, so what did you expect was going to happen? You know, but it doesn't make him innocent. Like, I feel like he needs to be held accountable for some things, because I just think it shouldn't be that intense, and it shouldn't have gone that far. But then again, that's what the company is, and that's what he advertises it as. Like, he sent out advertisements for it. Oh, excuse me. He sent out advertisements and videos showing what happens in the house, and people still signed up and went. And then they sign up and go, and then they sit here and complain and go, oh my God, they went too far. They went too far. But I'm like, but you watched the video, you saw what they do there. And then it's like, just read between the lines. Like, you have to sign a waiver. The prize is $20,000. You're not gonna get that money. Like, you're not gonna get it, girl. It's $20,000, and then you have to bring dog food. Like, just think about it, y'all. Like, just really think about it. Like, people have to learn to use their brains before doing things and stuff. So that's that's all I have for today, you guys. Thank you so much if you listened to the podcast and got this far. I had fun. I'm gonna definitely try to do more in the future. I'm gonna try to do more in the future. There's been many topics I've been wanting to talk about. So currently I'm busy trying to do the Inktober. Inktober is a thing that artists do where we have to make a drawing every day for the month of October. And usually it's supposed to be like Halloween themed, but some people don't like to draw like Halloween themed drawings, but that's okay. But it's supposed to be like Halloween themed, so I'm focusing on that right now. And yeah, so I will definitely try to get back to you guys and do another podcast episode. Right now, my podcast is just on YouTube, because YouTube is where you get like the most, you know, like traffic. Because, you know, it doesn't really work when you put it on podcasts or like the Apple Podcasts. But I do want to try to put my podcast on there. That's gonna be fun. That would be really fun. So I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, or whatever you did, child. All right, and I hope you guys have a great day, a great Halloween. In case I don't make a podcast before Halloween, have a great Halloween. Be safe, enjoy yourself. Don't go to McCamey Manor. Well, go. I mean, if you want to go, you can go, child. But I mean, don't go there and then complain when you get your wig snatched off, and you know, and they busted your eye socket. Like, don't get mad when they do that to you, girl. But all right, I love you guys so much. All right, have a great day. Bye.